Dawson Rider Review.
Hey YouTube, Dawson Rider here with my review of S.H.Figuarts Kamen Rider Kivala from Kamen Rider Decade, or from the W Decade movie rather. So this is kind of like a figure a long time coming. You know, this was a rider form introduced, pretty much like I just said, in the W Decade movie. And she's like technically a Decade rider, like a Decade Kiva hybrid. But anyway, she was one of the movie exclusive riders from way back, and now she's just now getting a figure art, which is just, it's kind of crazy how long it took them to do this figure, and then it ended up being a retail release, which most people probably expected it to be exclusive. It's just kind of weird with these movie writers. You know, now we do have a couple things, you know, with the movies that are like exclusive gimmicks, but they make these writers, you know, to promote the movie and, you know, toy sales and all that, but then we never really get much from them. I think maybe a couple have gotten vinyls, but there's still writers like Poseidon and Aqua that we've never even seen anything from, so there's no real toy sales point to it. But anyway, that's the history of movie writers. So it's just kind of weird to finally have this figure, is basically what I'm saying, and then they decided to do her. So in 5 years we'll be getting our Poseidon and Aqua figure arts. So to start off, just real quick look at Kivala falling face down. Let me just fire it down for now. Of the box, here it is. It's pretty much in that new figure arts small style that I think it was Drive started using it for rider figures at least. It's in this like smaller packaging. And it's all white to represent her color. You got a nice shot of her here. Pretty neat shot of her on the side here. It's got like a really nice filter on it, and like the eyes are glowing and stuff. And then on the back it just shows you some poses you can get her in and all that stuff. So yeah, nothing too much to write home about, but it's pretty appealing looking packaging. Accessories wise, she doesn't have a whole lot. She basically just has a bunch of a bunch of different interchangeable hands, and then the sword which she has in her hand, which I'll show you. But here's just some of the hands in the tray. You just kind of have some splayed out different kinds of hands, the holding the sword hands, and then of course the default fists which are on her when you get her. And then right here is her sword weapon, which is like most figure arts weapons, nicely done. There's not really too much special to say about it. It's pretty much like a white and purple weapon with a silver blade, and it looks fine. So yeah, that's pretty much what she comes with. There's really not much else to say. Articulation wise, she's pretty typical figure arts. You have a nice ball joint here on her arm, some swiveling, double elbow joint here, swiveling at her fist. You have swiveling at the waist and chest. You have a nice ball joint on her leg, swiveling there as well. Double knee joint. There we go. I say this so many times you think I would mess it up. And then you have the little hinge joint here on her foot, so you get a pretty solid range of motion. And then her toes bend as well. And then of course you have the head and neck articulation. So nothing too outrageous or anything. There's a few little panels and stuff that will hinder you a little bit, but you just kind of have to work around it. Really nothing special to write home about with that. The mold is very solid. I don't have really any problems with it feeling loose or cheap or anything, so that's always a good. Detail wise, it's pretty damn good looking, I have to say. The figure itself doesn't blow me away by any means, but they did a good job on it. I think the head sculpt is really well done. The compound eyes look really beautiful, and they contrast really well to her helmet. And the purple paint here has a really nice shine to it as well. And the silver paint here, like on her shoulder pads and the armor around here, is like a really nice like kind of dark silver, but yet it has a shine to make it seem metallic, which is also quite nice. And also the white paint on pretty much the majority of her body also, you can even tell it more so on her legs, has also a nice shine to it. It's almost like a pearl-like look, which looks good. And as you can see, they even have some incorporated cloth-like textures. So detail-wise, all very well done, as figure arts usually are. But they did a really good job on her, I think, in particular, making these colors pop. There you have the belt here. I kind of wish that maybe it's the way it looks more in the show or something. I just haven't seen it in a while, but it's so flat, and usually like they have whatever the belt's like attachment popping out. I kind of wish it would pop out a little bit more. And honestly, accessories wise, I'm a little bit disappointed she didn't come with, you know, the little Kivala. Just like a little, you know, small version of her. Usually things like this will come with that. But yeah, detail-wise, she's all well and good. Really no problems. I think she looks good. Proportion-wise, I really don't have any huge issues where she feels, you know, well, strangely proportioned or anything like that. depending on what pose you can get her in, she does have a little bit difficult standing with the small feet. But that's pretty much about it. Overall, a very solid figure. Like I said, not too much to say about it. It's not like it blew me away or anything, but it's a very solid figure, and it's just kind of really neat to have this figure after kind of waiting for so long. Even though it wasn't really like I was always thinking, oh my god, I can't find him to do Kivala, but it's just really nice that they actually went back and did a figure like this, so it kind of gives you hope for some of the other movie rider figures that we may not have gotten to. But yeah, if you're a fan of Kivala, you like the design or her character or whatever, or you've just been waiting a long time, I can recommend it. It's a very solid figure and just kind of a just nice surprise that they decided to release her, and also as a retail. But anyway, that's about it. Until next time, make sure to check out the Crazy Podcast at writersrangerambles.com, and of course, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, it's Dawson Rider, and Kivala's back, signing out.